Wow, Thailand is bringing the heat this time. We've got a soggy, wet race, intense overtakes and intense battles with the Ducati, as well as a few mid-pack battles that we get stuck in, plus this incredible save. Look at that, Marquez style there. Alright, hit subscribe, hit like, let's jump straight into this episode. Alright, we're down here in Thailand in the practice session. So the practice session was kind of split over two halves. First half was wet, we're getting in that wet practice time. Second half was dry, this is where we were going to set our time. So let's jump into the track guide here for Thailand. Into the fast turn 1, you've got to bring it on the brakes and get it around pretty much a 90-degree corner there. And you come into the kink of turn 2. Just a little bit there, and you're on the brakes heavy into turn 3, trying to hit that apex, keeping it nice and smooth. This isn't the smoothest example. Drop down that ride height device and just go. We're looking to go as fast as we possibly can in a straight line before we're on the brakes again at about the 250 mark, down to gear 3, flowing through this corner, just kissing the curb there. Down into second gear. Front brake is a little bit hot, but we're going to work around it. We're going to work around that here, guys, so stick with us as we come through turn 6. Flick it into turn 7. Keep yourself nice and close to the curb there and get a good run now down to turn 8. Keeping nice and close to the curb. Sometimes you can get a little bit twitchy on the curb there. Now we're going to trail brake into turn 9. Keep it nice and close to the curb. Flick. Could change gear if you want to, but I'm going to keep it in second. We flick again into third gear, back on the power, down this sort of mini straight and back onto the brakes before the final tight corner, renowned for its overtaking prowess and final lap battles. Righto. So that put us in 8th overall in the practice session, so we are into the top qualifying. Let's jump straight into that 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, qualifying is a whole different ball game. It was wet. We were having a lot of trouble getting the bike set up in the first half. It just wasn't riding properly. So this is the best we got it to. We left it till 3 minutes to go, so it doesn't give us much time. We're currently sitting in 8th and haven't set a time yet, so the pressure is on. The pressure is on majorly for us to find something here in these wet conditions in Thailand. Heavy now on the brakes down into turn 3. Twitchy as we're on the wets. Of course, we've gone with the soft front and the soft rear to give ourselves the best ability and the best grip in these conditions. Although I do think one thing that the game could improve is sort of, even though the track is wet, it still gives it this idea that it's cold and wet, but in reality, in Thailand, if it's raining, it's going to rain and it's hot and it's sticky. So we're coming through this sector now. Banyaya has a 136.5 that we're looking to at least match, but maybe not match if we can't get ourselves close enough to the podium to make enough of an effort. So we're 0.8 off in this final, coming into the final sector. And now we're looking to really get ourselves going. Engaging the ride height device where we can, but it's still wheeling. We've gone up to 5th with a 137.804. So have we got any more time that we can get out of the bike here? Again, heavy on the brakes into turn 3, stepping out the rear there, Moto2 style. We're a bit deep, we're a little bit deep, but we are still ahead in the times. If we can get good drive out of turn 3, we could still be ahead and haven't lost too much time. So Jorge Martin is 0.151 ahead of us in the time. So if we can drop that time now, we could get ourselves into 4th and possibly a front row start. Easing our way through here. It's not the most stable bike. The Honda is definitely not the most stable bike. But what we're looking to do is make ourselves be in a position where we're able to fight for the podium. We're able to give ourselves the best opportunity. We haven't had a good qualifying session in a while with this Honda. Let's see what we can do into this final sector now, trying to keep the speed flowing as much as possible. Break into the turn. Oh, the rear wheel stepping up there. We're all over the place. So that's going to make us lose time. On the power, we do manage to improve a little bit. It puts us up to second. Okay, I was surprised by that. I thought we'd have a little bit more that we'd have to gain to be able to get second place. So Pecco is absolutely flying here with a 1:36.5. So we're pretty much a second off what Pecco has done in this qualifying session. And this time is not going to bring us anything. We're not really going to get any more time out of this, so we're just riding around now, hoping that we don't lose the second place that we have gained. Okay, so that ends the qualifying session, and we are in second. So that's quite good. We've got Pecco Bagnaia in first, Enea Bastianini in third, Franco Morbidelli fourth, and Jorge Martin fifth. So let's see if we can maintain this momentum, keep it going in the sprint race, and see if we can have a good wet race followed by a dry race here as well. Okay, it's sprint time. We're on those soft front and rear tyres, as you would have to do in the wet so that you're not losing any time. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get underway here. CS38 Racing, episode 42, into turn 1 at Thailand. We've got a little bit beaten up here. There's a few riders all over the place. We've had a crash in Sector 1. I believe it may have been one of the VR46 bikes. It's DJ Antonio. Coming down into turn 3, holding our position here. Whoa, someone's gone wide. Pecco Bagnaia has gone deep and lost the front into turn 1. That is not what Pecco was needing at all there. Let's see if we can get a replay in the top hand corner of Pecco's crash. Okay, now we're looking to gauge ourselves against Morbidelli and Bastianini. With 5 laps to go, if we can put in some good laps here, we could get ourselves in the position for a win. We are a lot stronger than the AI at the moment in this section anyway. Now we're looking, we've lost a little bit of ground here on the 2 ahead of us, so we really want to bring that back. Now we need to change our race strategy a little bit here, make sure that we give ourselves the best opportunity, just try and put into some consistent smooth laps, because those are going to bring us back into contention. Just a little bit twitchy on the front. It doesn't have the best feeling on the Honda. If I could get my words out here, the front doesn't feel great on the Honda. But as we go into turn 3, we've got a little bit of a purchase here on Franco Morbidelli. Going to edge him out wide, cut the line on exit. A very classic block pass there, a little bit of aggressive block pass, but we've managed to make it work. Now we've closed ground on Bastianini. We've got some good slipstream into the turn 4. Bastianini's a little bit wide. I feel like this is possible. We could go for a win here if we keep ourselves collected, smooth and calm, because we seem to have a little bit more pace at this stage in the sprint race than Bastianini on the Ducati. The Bologna Bullet ahead of us here now as we come into turn 8, looking to make a move into turn 9. We know that we're strong on the brakes into turn 9, but the front is a little bit twitchy, and that's going to cause us just to hold off a little bit, just to not go as hard on the front brakes there. We do not want to go down because these are valuable points for the championship. We're looking for a move. We're looking to the inside. No, we thought better of it this time round. Let's see if we can just stick behind Bastianini and give ourselves the opportunity to make that overtake in the next couple of laps. Managed to do a 1:36.754, not 45. We're still right on the back of Bastianini, so this is good here. We've got to make a move around the outside at turn 2 and on the main line into turn 3, but Bastianini comes flying straight back through. We broke too early into that corner. The braking was not exact, but we were hoping to lull Bastianini into making a move on the inside and running wide, but that strategy did not work out here for us. Again, we closed up on Bastianini in the slipstream. Going for a move now into turn 5. A little bit loosey-goosey. Always hit us there. We've almost lost the front. My gosh, how did we keep that the right way up? We've lost a position to Morbidelli now because we did make an incredible save on the front end there into turn 5. I think that warrants a pretty bloody good like and subscribe if you ask me. That was incredible. I didn't think we were going to save that. I thought that was going to be the end of our race here with the Honda in the wet conditions on the sprint Saturday. Now we've got back through on Morbidelli, a bit more forceful than we may have liked, but I do feel if we put ourselves in a good position, we could challenge Bastianini for a last lap battle at this stage anyway. Front's getting a little bit twitchy and light as we break into turn 12. Out of turn 12, the gap currently sits at just shy of a second, as well as Franco Morbidelli not sitting that far behind either. Morbidelli looks to make a move, but he kind of just runs into the back of us. We're a little bit deep, but we are catching again on Bastianini. If we can get a good slipstream here, we could put ourselves right back in the battle for the win. Again, just looking to zone in, locking in on Bastianini's rear tyre, just hoping that we can get a little bit closer, and a little bit closer, and just put the pressure on, see if there is any mistakes that Bastianini could make in this sprint race in the wet conditions here in Thailand. Lost a little bit of ground here in this final lap. I don't know if we're going to be able to catch Bastianini unless he has a big mistake. We are closing, but I think we're going to run out of time here. Are closing. There's a lot of closing happening, so it could be, if we had a little bit more than this lap, we maybe could make a move into that last corner. We just touched that inside curb and it lost us a lot of drive. So Bastianini is going to win. We're going to come in second and Franco Morbidelli third. Not bad for a sprint race podium here in Thailand. Okay, so second in the sprint, we were not far off. We did a second faster than Bastianini, so our lap times were stronger, but hey, second is still good. Sixth in the championship, still based off those Saturday standings points gains. So Ducati is still leading. We're in fifth with the team's championship. Constructors, we currently sit in third on 222 points. Let's see what we can do in turning this one around for the race. The race is going to be dry, so I wonder if that's going to give us any better an opportunity to get onto the podium, or will it make it harder? We'll just have to find out. But if you enjoyed this one, guys, give it the thumbs up, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below what you thought was the best part of the sprint race. Okay, let's jump down into the race now. Off the line, we're looking to go. Got to go on power mode 2. They held the lights a little bit longer there. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification before we get into turn 1. Excellent. It's still not the strongest start. Obviously, that's something that we do need to work on. But at this stage, we're going to get ourselves onto the podium before we're even at turn 3, but Martin is fighting back, as you would expect into turn 3. He's keeping that line there, so we're going to have to run the outside line. Round the outside into turn 4. Pretty strong move there to get around Martin. Oh, we've gone a little bit too defensive and too aggressive there on Bastianini, but we can put ourselves into second position pretty quickly in this Grand Prix and see if we can put the pedal to the metal and catch up to Pecco Bagnaia, who has got a second lead already on lap 1. Break now into the final corner, turn 12. I don't know if we're gaining on Pecco here. I think it's going to be a hard one to catch Pecco. Okay, Pecco is getting away here. By the look of it, he's keeping that 1.2 seconds. There's not a huge amount we can really do here other than see if we can increase our pace, but I don't feel like we're going to be able to. Bastianini's looking to make a move again into turn 3. We're going to have to go defensive. We've still got the inside line. So we're going to try and block Bastianini to that wide line. Get on the power now, back down the straight. So things have got a little bit more interesting here. I think Pecco has sailed off into the distance, almost 2 seconds ahead of us here on the track. Now we've just got to manage that gap to Bastianini behind us. We don't want to lose too much time here. We've gone a bit deep into turn 4. It's going to allow Martin through, and Bastianini is going to have a look into turn 5. So we're going to try the undercut on Bastianini, which we managed to do semi-successfully. Now we've got to look to catch Martin here. Martin has got some strong pace, and we're seeming to drop off. We've gone with the soft front and the medium rear, but maybe this isn't working so well with the Honda here. Bastianini's going to go wide, so we're going to get the undercut again, but this is losing us crucial time to Martin ahead of us. We've got a little bit of a banked up situation on track here. We've got a couple of Ducatis and a few more behind us here, defending into turn 12, making sure that we get the perfect apex through there. Oh, a bit of wheelie, so we might not have the greatest drive into turn 1. Now we've got to anticipate that there's going to be a dive bomb from Bastianini. He's gone for it. We're going to go for the undercut again, but this time he closes that option. He sat up a lot more there than what he did previously. We've also got the Aprilia behind us. That is the bike that we were on last year. Looking for a move, a bit of an audacious move on the inside of Bastianini into turn 3. He's gone back again. This is some pretty strong battling here for Bastianini. Looking to make a move around the outside into turn 4, rubbing elbows there. Can we defend in turn 5? It looks like we've managed to close the door on Bastianini for now. Bastianini's looking to make a move. Got a track limits warning there. And also the Aprilia's coming through. So it's put us back into 5th. On the inside, into turn 12. Rather aggressive there on Alicia Spargo. Oh, now Franco Morbidelli's coming through. We're losing pace here. We need to be very careful. Had a bit of a bumper bar session with the Aprilia and other Ducati rider and Franco Morbidelli. Still have a few laps remaining, so we do have to be cautious. Closed right up on Bastianini here. Can we make a point for 3rd here? Can we get a podium? Trying to get into the slipstream of the Ducati now with 2 laps remaining. This is looking like a possibility. We just kiss his back tyre, as he did to us in the sprint race. Let's see if we can continue this here with Bastianini. We're going to brake a little bit later, try and get that inside line. We've gone for it. We've gone for a bit of a block and barge pass. It's going to be a warning. Oh, we're out on the green stuff there. We're managing to hold. It wasn't the cleanest pass, but we did get aggressive, we did want the podium, and I guess that's how we justified it. Here on the last lap, we've managed to maintain the gap to the other riders, and we're looking to maintain that here coming into the final sector. Could we be looking down the possibility of a double podium here in Thailand? Heavy on the brakes now into turn 12. We could see Pecco off in the distance. I've managed to cross the line. Give that a like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell notification, because that was a good double podium. We finished in 3rd overall behind Martin and Pecco Bagnaia. with Alicia Spargo, Franco Morbidelli rounding out the top 5. We are in 6th in the championship. We are 238 points. Hey, 238, 38 racing. There we go. Okay, 5th in the teams championship and 3rd overall in the constructors championship. Okay, what a race there. I think that was a pretty bloody good weekend. It could have been a lot worse. Double podium is not to be scoffed at with this Honda. Let's see if it's going to get us in a position to get better rides for the next season. Even though realistically, we're probably not going to be playing this game next season. We'll probably be starting with the Moto3 on GP25. Nonetheless, guys, comment down below what's your favorite aspect of the Thailand racetrack. If you have a favorite corner, if it's your favorite track, comment down below. Like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff because it really helps out the channel. We're close to 300 subscribers, so let's get ourselves to 300 subscribers. So that's you, the CS38 pit crew. 300 of you would be an incredible bunch, considering this is just a lowly Aussie YouTube channel for MotoGP gaming content. Alright, stay safe, have fun, guys. Keep living life, keep having fun, keep riding to the limits, and keep learning and progressing, and love, peace, and everything like that. Alright, see you on the next one. Bye for now.